Hi, I'm Corey from the First Nations Health Authority Environmental Public Health Team. Today we'll cover how to process drinking water samples in your community lab. After you have sampled your community's drinking water from your selected sampling points, you are now ready to process them using your ColiAlert lab system. One of our most important tasks is conducting microbiological analysis. You must follow good sampling practices because it is very easy to contaminate a microbiological sample with bacteria from dirty hands and surfaces. You need an appropriate laboratory environment to carry out correct sampling and testing procedures. Environmental health officers will work with you and Chief and Council to ensure that there is a suitable laboratory environment to conduct drinking water sampling and testing. For bacteria analysis, your lab should be equipped with the following: incubator. Alcohol thermometer, determine the incubator is accurately at 35 degrees Celsius. ColiAlert reagent. Quanti-tray sealer. Quanti-tray rubber tray carrier. Quanti-trays. These little packets shown here are called cells. A permanent marker. Avoid a pen or pencil as it can poke holes. Most probable number table and comparator. In your ColiAlert lab, you must maintain an inventory of laboratory materials and equipment. Store sterile sample bottles in a dry location where they will be protected from contamination. Check the expiry date on the reagents packets before using them. Discard expired reagents. Results from expired reagents are not valid. Contact your environmental health officer or designated contact for new supplies. The Quanti-tray test gives the most probable number of bacteria colonies in a sample. Turn on your sealer and incubator. Each can take up to 20 minutes to fully heat up. Talk to your environmental health officer or environmental health technician if your incubator is not working properly or heating up to the proper temperature. Your sealer's light indicator should turn green once it's ready. Your incubator should be at 35 degrees Celsius. Do not rely on the digital temperature displays as this can be less accurate than the alcohol thermometer. Make sure you clean your work surface before processing samples and that you wash your hands. You don't want to contaminate your drinking water samples. Loosen the cap on the sample bottle. Check the expiry date of the ColiAlert reagent before using it. If it has expired, dispose of it. Carefully separate the ColiAlert reagent snap pack from the strip. Tap the packet to ensure all the powder falls to the bottom before opening it. Point the package away from your face when opening it. Open the pack by snapping back the top of the score line. Remove the cap from the sample bottle. Hold the bottle cap between your fingers facing down and add the contents to the pack of the sample. Replace the cap and tighten. Swirl the contents until the reagent is completely dissolved. Try not to create any bubbles. Once the media is dissolved, uncap and rest the lid on top of the sample. Fold open the ColiAlert tray by making a C shape with your hand and pressing the tray into a C shape. Then pull the tab away just enough to pour the full contents of your sample into the tray. Pour the sample into the Quanti-tray, making sure not to touch the opening of the Quanti-tray with your hands or the sample bottle. If you overfill your ColiAlert bottle, the excess water will reach the top cell of the ColiAlert tray. Put the ColiAlert tray into the rubber tray carrier with the cells facing down. Be sure that the opening of your tray is facing away from the sealer. Gently push the rubber tray into the sealer until you feel the rollers grab and pull the tray. The rubber tray and sealed Quanti-tray will come out the other side. Once your ColiAlert tray sample is sealed, it will look like this. Write the location ID, address, date, and time on the back side of your tray using a permanent or soft tip marker. Don't use a ballpoint pens as they can break the seal of the tray. Place your tray into the incubator. Incubate at 35 degrees Celsius, plus or minus 0.5 degrees for 24 hours. Record the incubator temperature on your field data log sheet. Be sure to check that the alcohol thermometer inside the incubator is at 35 degrees Celsius. The digital display is not always accurate and should be compared to the alcohol thermometer regularly. After 24 hours, compare each incubated sample against the color comparator. No visible yellow means the test result is negative for total coliforms and E. coli. If the sample has a yellow color stronger than or equal to that of the comparator, the sample is positive for total coliforms. If the sample is yellow after 24 hours of incubation, but slightly less so than the comparator, it may be incubated for up to 4 hours more, but no more than 28 hours total. If the sample is positive for total coliforms, the color will intensify. If the sample remains the same, it is negative. Record the most probable number of total coliforms on your field data log sheet using the most probable number table. To use the most probable number table, step 1 is to count the number of positive cells. Step 2, refer to the most probable number table to see the corresponding number of total coliforms. If the sample is positive for total coliforms, check for E. coli by using a black light. Make sure the room is dark. Place the positive sample 3 to 5 inches in front of the ultraviolet light. Ensure the light faces away from you, towards the sample container. Look for a blue fluorescent glow in the dark environment. If the fluorescent glow is greater than or equal to the comparator, the sample is positive for E. coli. Count the number of cells that glow blue and look up the most probable number on the most probable number table. Then record the most probable number for E. coli on your field sample data sheet using the most probable number table. For late samples, if you are unable to check the results within 28 hours, no yellow color is considered a valid negative test. Yellow color is not considered to be a valid positive test. Resample the site and rerun the analysis. If you encounter any positive results, immediately contact your environmental health officer. Once you are done recording your results on your field data log sheet, you now enter the results into Compliance 365, our water data management system. If you have any questions about how to process water samples, contact your friendly community environmental health officer. Please see our other videos in the community-based water monitoring series for more information on how to select a sampling site, how to take a sample, and how to use the chlorine test kit.